So this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Maybe the camera might have... Even as Chiro was being murdered, I bet the mastermind was just sitting there watching. They know what happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. Obviously, this can't be blunt weapon. Maybe we can go to the boys' room? Wow. Fuck you, asshole. The key card. We'll know. If I remember right, this card reader meant to work with our handbook, right? Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together. You call for me? He has been domesticated? It seems that Monokuma, or Makoto, has a question for you. Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader. Yes, the card reader have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it is impossible for two people in a row to go through while the doors are locked, correct? If there were some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, their ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulation prohibits anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct? Correct. So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room, and only boys can go into the boys' locker room. In other words, Shiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me. Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Shiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there. As such, the killer must one of the girls. Did I get it right? Good lord, you're simple. But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulation. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. No, I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togabi family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulation. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. Yeah, you're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things. Get it? Got it? Good! Wait, hold on, you're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so so sleepy. Just listening to you make me wanna pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together. Get my poop together? Or else I will charge you with criminal negligence. No more question. Figure out the rest your own damn self. Alright. Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking in mental faculty, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? They'll help you understand what's going on. Okay. Thank God just transports me there. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Hey. Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? I have no idea why you're here. The hunk of metal blocking the entrance seems like kind of a machine. I mean, that's a camera and a gun. This? Trophies? I don't know. This? What's that? There's a mailbox there. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook? No, wait, there's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Bakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbook of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it to yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbook, and when I did... Sayaka. You're right. This is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulation. The answer has been in front of you all the entire time. Loaning your handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I see. Yeah, now I understand. He's definitely the killer. This guy does it. The smoke jerk. Main Hall e-handbooks has been added to the truth bullet section to your handbook. Hold on a second. What's wrong? That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Who's it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right? It would make sense, yeah. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. I don't have to see it again. The memory of it came floating back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that he mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right, it wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault. Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey! Hey! Oh my god. What? That e-handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way we'll break that easily. But it did. If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseball you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. But even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does? But it's a secret! I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks. Then Leo must have broken it somehow without realizing that its weakness was right. Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's undeniable fact that it's not turning on. Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Why don't you turn on the every other one? Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earliest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite. What the fuck? Can we even, like, turn on the other things? 3 handbooks. Junko, Leo's, and Sayaka's. Are brought in, okay. One doesn't turn on. Oh, but we, like, there's no... Okay. Do I just talk to this guy? No. What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you really think You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro? Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in the case. That murderer fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using the same bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be the demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Show me then. Show me. Where is it? And I have basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. Is that really a proof? There's somewhere I would like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need. Evidence that Genocide Jack is one of that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... I hate you too! Big trouble, need your help! We're busy, leave us alone. But it's an emergency! Emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me! Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina? But it's an emergency! An emergency? What happened? Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya? Oh my god, his name! Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure? Don't make me repeat myself. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he would just say no, and that would be it. Okay, come on, hurry! Wait for us, Hina! Looks like she headed to the dorms to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Toko's room. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency. Ding dong, maybe? Press the doorbell. Do I need to talk to this guy first? You're talking to the wrong person, a waste of space. Yeah, I'm trying to talk to Toko. Oh, freaking... Yo, Hina, why are you there? You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency? Well, after it happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know. See how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and she kept saying all this weird stuff. Weird stuff. We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I may as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me. What? Nothing. And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that whole time. When I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer! Drive out the murderer's fiend! It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to burst down the door. but it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door. Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she really think that the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chiro? Is that why Toko is so scared? Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? That's him! Hey Byakuya, you think you could talk to her? To come out of her room, I mean? Sure, whatever. Huh? You gotta talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments... Byakuya! It's like Dracula or something? It's Byakuya. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Becca couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's go back to the investigation. Hold on. Hey, Byakuya, that was Toko talking about just now. What was that? Something about the promise? Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hira take care of her. Okay, yeah, I'll stay here and keep an eye on her. Well then, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. Hold on a second, I need to blow my nose. Alright, I'm back. The library? Come on, let's go in. I guess he did spend a lot of time in the library. I guess I'm just gonna talk to him. Is there evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the library? Don't make me say again. Okay. It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here! Fucker! It will all make sense once you're inside. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust too. I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Okay, do I just look at the book? There's so many files stuffed onto the shelf. What's in all these things? The documents are dangerous. Dangerous. They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth from a commoner. You mean like member of the Diet or something? No, I mean ones with real power, the secret council controlling everything from the shadow. If you're ready to be disappeared from it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just have to let it go for now. Hold on, I still need to blow my nose. Okay, I'm back. The cat hair. So I guess I gotta talk to him. If you pay attention to your surroundings, you're sure to discover the value for yourself. There's a camera. And... a lamp light. Oh, that's totally a lamp light. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. I just picked a random file, dongle. That's the report of presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshair you might wind up for peeking at it. Okay. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. Why is that in the school library? Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before. Do you have a problem with the lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It was too dark over there, so I thought I would put it up. I put it to good use. You don't have to defend yourself on everything, Byakuya. Alright there, how about this wooden box? There's a wooden box, it's empty. Although judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wondered what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. Oh, it proves very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord. An extension cord, huh? Maybe behind him, apparently. There's a tons of thick file stuff onto the bookshelf. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files there are investigation report related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you would expect to leak. Huh? So, are you finally beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary people would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real though, right? That's your guy's problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Well, it's not that. It's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have pulled all this together? I suppose it goes to show how much power Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it. What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like this are usually impossible. What do you mean usually? Usual, you know. Oh wait, usual, normal, ordinary, simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in this real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think your own common sense applies to you, me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there is no doubt. Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret, confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible? I already told you there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadow. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day behind the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever document and materials that interest me. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the material gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. But Bakuya is actually starting to scare me more than actual mastermind. And what always interests me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I saw more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorite is the Genocide Jack cases. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed the specific file from the shelf. This is a complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack case has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two noticeable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that at every crime scene the word blood loss is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victim are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Blood loss is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. Hold on a second, another nose blowing time. It's exactly the same as what happened to Cheeto! Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic where the victim are suspended, the only one who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about the aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about this act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpses, her body was most certainly mounted on this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim? That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple. The culprit isn't Copycat Killer, it's the real Genocide Jack. Oh! That's right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is? Such a brutal, fiendish killer really is walking around among us? Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've done already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two. If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Are you kidding me? Why don't we just... Do I have to talk to him again? About that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it? Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Wow. Wow. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I had reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack victims ran on for several pages. How did they manage to hang a body like with that scissors? Victim Ken Harada. The murder took place in parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body believed to have been inflicted with same scissors that were later used to attach the victims to the wall. Oh, I see. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later used to attach the victims to the wall. What? As with the other cases, at the scene of the crime, the word bloodlust was written in the victim's blood. The scissors used in the murder were apparently custom blade, with every pair left at each murder scene seeming to be of the same material and construction. Okay. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays at night or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for killings to take place was on holidays and afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was an external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on the TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up until now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to the truth bullet section to your handbook. Alright, we should get going soon. Where are we going now? It's a freaking field trip now. Anywhere but here. We've finished our business here, haven't we? Wait, Bakuya! As usual, Bakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that? Come on, enough of your annoying apprehensions. Did you really think we would be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own. Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he would ask me to join him, he would cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some playing thing getting tossed around. At the same time, I would uncover some really important clues thanks to him, Genocide Jack. He's the one that killed Shiro, and the murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. The other might have come up with some info I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Maps. Let's go to the locker room. Move. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna walk. To the pool we go!